Hello. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your local barista. Here again. It's tea time. Or coffee. Is it tea time? Technically. I call it tea time, but I never actually drink tea. Isn't that funny? Hi, everybody. Welcome. It is 9:20. I'm a little late. I was supposed to start 20 minutes ago. But life life happens. I was actually just talking with my dad, and we have some stuff planned today. Not like an outing or anything. We have work to do, and we have a lot of work to do. I have a lot of work to do. I've been so busy at least recently, and yeah. It's been a day. It's been a day and a half. And yeah, I don't really have a whole lot I can say. I don't know. I'm really tired. I'm really tired right now. I kind of just woke up. The keyword is kind of. We are actually gonna brew some coffee today. I wasn't really planning to, aside from like, you know, coffee tastings, but I decided I should make coffee because I'm tired. So, you know, I still have my hand cam all set up, so like, why not? So we're gonna make some coffee. We're gonna do our daily Dolces, and then we're just gonna do some little bit of chatting like we always do. I'm gonna get a Q&A started, and we can answer any questions. Ask. Oops, sorry. Do you guys hear that? Ask me. Okay, I'm starting the Q&A here. Anybody can drop a question at any time, but we'll be answering them at the end of the stream here. I would have made coffee, but I drank a Monster M3 to try it out. M3. What's an M3? I kind of like Monster. I like Monster Energy, except I can't drink it anymore. I associate it with surgery. I think I've talked about this before, but just due to sheer consequence of my appendix deciding to wanting to explode randomly while I was in Japan. Yeah. I started drinking Monster Energy while I was in Japan because it's so cheap there, by the way. It's extremely cheap to buy Monster Energy in Japan. It's like $2, not even kidding. It's like $1 something. $1 something in US, but 200 yen. It's like 200 yen for a Monster Energy. I'm like, holy shit. So I drank a lot of those, and then my appendix decided to explode, so that was fun. So that's a little bit of a Kira lore there for you. Okay, we're gonna get started on the coffee though, and so let's get that hand cam going. Womp 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 womp. I'll be right back. I won't be right back. Well, like, we'll be back. Just hold it. Transitioning. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we have our hand. Yes, it's me again. Hi, welcome. We have our coffee as per usual. I already wetted the filter up here, so we are good to go on that front. I feel like the music is a little too loud today. I don't know why. Maybe my ears are just a little bit more sensitive, but everything is so loud today. Even I'm loud. I feel loud. I feel like I'm exploding through your ears right now. I'm exploding through my ears. But here we go. We have our coffee. Already wetted the filter, so just let's apply. We're gonna apply. Okay. It was at 20 grams of coffee again. This time I won't. Ugh. This time I won't forget to switch it to the other one, the milliliters. So yeah, I'll try this. Oh yeah, it's Canada Day. How happy Canada Day. Let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. Still drinking that Kickin' Horse coffee, by the way. It's pretty good. Again, not my choice, but you know, I opened it up, so I should probably drink all of it. Okay, we got our 20 grams of coffee. The fact is that you're a citizen. Yeah, the most important part of Canada, me, because everybody should know who I am in Canada. I'm like the next Wayne Gretzky or the next Sidney Crosby, you know? I'm a household name. Sorry, I'm sealing my coffee. Give me a second. There we go. Okay, so now we're gonna switch this to milliliters. It's pretty much the same thing, right? But we're gonna switch this to. Can you tear, please? It's not switching. Oh wait, there we go. Finally, okay. Okay, we got our hot water. Careful, it's hot. Don't touch it. We're gonna add 300. Was it 360? Was it 360? Let me double check. I always get this wrong. I feel like I do. Yeah, it's 180 per 10 grams of ground coffee. I'm just gonna go check a different source right now. This one says 170, so let's try 170. 170. So that's what, 340? We're gonna go with 340 milliliters of water today. Because last time it was, I think it was too watery. Still a little bit more. 340. We're gonna do a 340. Oh shit, that's a little too much. 343. That's fine. Boom, boom. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing? I found my dice. Hold on a second. Somebody was asking the other day. And the fact it's in a little baggie, I'm sorry. But we got dice. Yo, dice, yo. Let's see if I can like maybe make this come down a bit more. What's this? Is that my coffee that I spilled? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. It's a little gross. But yeah, we got dice. My favorite thing about these dice is that like they look like candy. They look like, you know, you could eat them. But you can't. Because they're made out of probably plastic. But look at that. Little Jolly Ranchers that you can throw and it has numbers on them. Okay, we're gonna roll our 2d20s. We're gonna roll with, I guess, we're gonna roll with disadvantage, and we're gonna see how today's gonna go. All right? You guys can't see that, okay? Okay. Oh shit. With disadvantage, we got 6. and 17. So today's gonna be a pretty okay day, I think. It's Canada Day. How bad could it be? All right, enough playing with my dice. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, our coffee's looking great. Looking wonderful. My nice veiny arms. Some people, okay, so I've always been like self-conscious about my veiny arms, but there's so many people that are like, I love veiny arms. They're so cool. They're so sexy. And now I'm still self-conscious about it. I don't know why. They're like, oh yeah, veiny arms are like fine. No, I don't know. I'm a veiny person. You see that? Hold on. You see it? Ugh. Ugh. I've got veins for days. Apparently, like what? If you take out your veins and like put them end to end, you have enough veins to go around the world or something. How long is your veins? As an adult, if you stretched out your veins from tip to tip, you have 100,000 miles worth of veins in your body. That is enough to circle the earth more than twice, apparently. So, yeah, we have a lot of veins in our body. How do you compact that much in a single person, you know? Well, I guess, like, some of them are maybe, like, really, really thin. But it's so weird, like, as a human adult, right? A human adult has 100,000 miles worth of veins. Miles for miles. We've got veins for miles and miles. Okay, looks like our coffee is done here. So just move that out of the way. Oh, I got some. Muna, I'm sorry. Muna, I'm sorry. Oh my god, you can't even see it, but like you can maybe kind of see it. I got a little drop on there. Tarnished, ruined. Ruined. Okay, but we got our coffee. Okay. So, on goes this thingy. This thing. Where is it? A bow, bow, bow. Check that out. Our coffee today. Today's cup is brought to you by Mio Akiyama. I got this like, how long did I got this when I was in high school. This is from a long ass time ago. I still drink from this to this day. Sakura ko Keianbu. It's crazy a little. It's a little crazy. Okay. I don't even know if this is an official product, to be honest. This might be some bootleg. Oh, wait. I mean, it's made in China. It's made in China, but it's by Ban Presto, which is official. It's official. Ban Presto, wait, Ban Presto is like a, hold on a second. They are a legitimate, Ban Presto. Yeah, by Bandai. I don't know, they could, I don't know, some Chinese company could have just printed it on though. In fact, the fact that there is like Chinese next to, I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, let me see that. There's like Chinese on there, right next to under the K on there. It might be bootleg. In fact, it probably is bootleg now that I think about it. But also it could not be, because I know they do. I do know they make coffee cups, official coffee cups. So, yeah. Mio, my high school crush. You know, we're good friends. We're still good friends. You know, things went awry. Like we went our separate ways. You know, but we're still friends. All right. It's coffee time, baby. It's coffee time. Okay. Yep, that's good. Still good. It still feels a little watery. I think maybe I let it cool too much. And that's why it's not as fragrant. Maybe I need to go a little bit higher on the temperature for it to be a bit more fragrant, but I still can't smell a whole lot from this coffee. Yeah, it's just not all there. And I'm not sure why. Maybe it's just the quality of the coffee. Maybe it's my brewing. I don't know. We should try doing a French press though. Maybe tomorrow, not tomorrow. Maybe on Thursday, we'll try a French press. French presses are so cool. Actually, I don't even know if I can do that because I need a certain grind of coffee. I guess I can just grind the coffee beans. It would just be not the kicking horse. Sorry, I'm gonna move some stuff. I'm making a bit of a mess here. My office space is a bit of a mess, actually. Ugh. Does anybody have any fun plans for this weekend? I know it's here, it's Canada Day, but I know in America, is it on Friday? On Friday, you guys should have, what is that called? Independence Day? Is that what you guys have? Independence Day. Independence Day. Does anybody have any Independence Day plans? I know in my area there is like a fireworks show that's happening tonight. So, you know, I might go to that, but also at the same time, I've seen enough fireworks in my life that I'm like, okay, you know? I'm not really amused by fireworks anymore unless it's like a whole like show, you know? Like a good show where they have like a whole like ensemble of different types of whatever. Forgot about it, to be honest. I mean, I technically forgot about Canada. The fun thing about me, do you guys really know this about me? But if you look at my shirt, down there, right here, this guy right here, I am shaped like the Canadian flag, or I'm colored like the Canadian flag. Let me take off my apron. Hold on a second. If I take off my apron, I'm the Canadian flag, but instead I've got a paw print instead of a maple leaf. I don't know. Do you guys have anything that you love about Canada? Let's talk about Canada. You know, my favorite thing about Canada is... boom! Bear paws! Just kidding. I like bear paws, but like, I don't like them that much. I totally forgot that these bear paws make the coffee taste fucking amazing. So I'm gonna have one right now, actually. Wow. You know what's really, really funny? I spent 2 years in Japan, but I never properly went to a fireworks show. I've only watched fireworks from my house when I was living in Japan because I live that close to like the river. I live close to a river. So one, it was a flood. It was a flood. What is it called? A flood warning hazard area. It was a flood hazard area. But also because of that, I got to see fireworks. So that's pretty awesome. From the comfort of my own balcony. I don't know much about Canada except beaver tails and milk in bags. Okay, so the milk in bag things, did you know? That's not 100% accurate. Because I can show you a milk jug. I can show you my jugs of milk. Do you guys want to see my jugs? No. We have milk in jugs. But the milk in bags thing, That is like a Eastern Canada thing, if I remember correctly. There's an Eastern Canada thing. We don't really get it in like Vancouver or Alberta or Saskatchewan or Manitoba. Well, maybe I've never been to Manitoba, so I don't actually know. But yeah, I'm pretty sure like in like New Brunswick, Newfoundland, Prince Edward Island, which is the smallest province, by the way. It's freaking tiny. Nova Scotia. I'm pretty sure the Maritime Provinces. Pretty sure the Maritime Provinces is where all the milk, bagged milk is. Maybe Quebec. I don't know. I don't talk to them. Hey, Ian. Hi, welcome. We're having coffee. And Bear Paws. Happy Canada Day. I should have got like a Canada mug. If you guys follow my if you guys follow my Blue Sky, by the way, my Blue Sky, my Twitter, I post coffee every so often. Yesterday I made a shaken out espresso, and it was good. Man, I love making coffee. Artisan coffee? Can you really call it that? Artisan coffee. We're gonna add a little bit of creamer to this today. So today, we got some International Delight. I love this shit, by the way. Hazelnut, the way to go. I love hazelnut, but this is my favorite creamer as well. If I don't want to drink black coffee, International Delight. It is a delight, as they say. You guys want to see me pour it in? Yeah, you guys want to see. Yeah, you do. You love it. You love seeing me pour shit. Glug, 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 glug. Okay, this is my coffee spoon, so I'm gonna use the backside. So I'm gonna look a little insane, right? But I'm gonna use the backside because this is my coffee spoon for the coffee grinds. I don't have anything to stir it. Bear claws and bagged milk. Yeah, it's the Canadian things to do. It's a little, I think I added a little bit. It's a little bit, I think I added too much. Oh, but it's so good though. I don't know what the most Canadian thing is. I mean, we can like celebrate hockey. We can celebrate beaver tails. Kinder Surprise eggs. I know they don't really originate from here, but we have them. We have some Kinder Surprise eggs that are not the shitty kind, that are from America, because of like choking hazard stuff. You know, I thought it was really funny because like I think a kid would be smart enough to not eat the plastic, you know. But like when somebody's like, oh, well, like what about like old people and like dementia or whatever, right? I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I wouldn't want an old person to choke on a Kinder Egg. But at the same time, like, why would you give a Kinder Egg to a senior person? It doesn't really make sense. Hazel creamer because we don't trust the soy milk. The soy milk was bad, man. I don't know what happened. The soy milk made this show, or not soy milk, the oat milk. Oat milk made this terrible. I don't know why, but we go with International Delight. Again, not sponsored, but damn, this stuff is good. I can show you guys some of my like figures and stuff. They're all set up on the other side of the room though. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, sorry. I'm adjusting to my coffee right now. Yeah, the one thing that I'm like kind of excited about, I got my Wii U back from my friends, and I know a whole lot of people don't really like Wii U, but like I love Wii U. I love it a lot, and yeah. I need to buy a copy of Twilight Princess HD because that's like the only game on the Wii U that I want, and I don't think. How much is it worth? How much is it going for? I wonder if I can stop by like a used game store and like pick that up. My classmate in 11th grade choked on one of the eggs. He was 17. Are you kidding me? What's Twilight Princess? Oh, Legend of Zelda. The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. I love that game. Twilight Princess came out at the perfect time for me because like, when I was like, you know, growing up, I wanted to be like a little bit more edgier because like, you know, I was a teenager. You know, I was a teenager at 37 when that game came out. And I was like, man, I need to be more edgy like this Twilight Princess. I did like Wind Waker. Like Wind Waker was okay. So Wind Waker came at a time perfect for me where I didn't really care about like cartooniness and stuff like that. But then when Twilight Princess came out, it was like, oh my god, it's so edgy and dark like me. So like I came out perfect. Like those games came out at the perfect time for me. Wind Waker, Twilight Princess. Great. What's actually kind of like weird to me, kind of like crazy actually. So if you think about the releases of Zelda games, it was usually about 2 per console, right? So like we had blah 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 blah. What is it? Zelda NES and Zelda 2 for the NES, right? And then we had A Link to the Past. But that was the only one that was on the SNES. And then for the N64, we had Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. And then for the GameCube, we had... I just said their names. Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, right? And then for Wii, we technically also had Twilight Princess, but then we had Skyward Sword. And then the Wii U had Breath of the Wild. People forget about this, but Breath of the Wild came out for the Wii U. It was originally designed for the Wii U, which is why the Sheikah Slate looks like it does. The Sheikah Slate is as it is because it's supposed to be the Wii U gamepad. But as development went on, right, they're like, we need to ditch the Wii U. We gotta get the Switch out. And so the Switch came out, and then we have Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. And then now Echoes of Wisdom. So it's about 1 to 2 per system. And I was gonna say, a lot of people forget. A lot of people forget that Breath of the Wild is technically a Wii U game. And also, do you guys know that like Breath of the Wild is on Switch 2? Like it's got a Switch 2 upgrade, right? It's got a Switch 2 upgrade. So therefore, they are pushing a Wii U game in the year 2025. Anyways, that's just wild to me. I love Zelda. I missed last week's streams. I don't know if you guys caught this, but I was supposed to stream on Twitch like this week or last weekend, but I had some stuff come up. One, I got sick, which is terrible because I woke up with a really, really bad headache on Sunday. But then on Saturday, I got caught up in something, so I missed those streams, and I feel really, really bad for doing so. And you know, I think I might have to adjust my my stream schedule if it's gonna happen again. So, yeah. It's just, I just feel so bad because I want to stream. I do want to stream more. I want to stream more, and I want to make more stuff on the internet because I like doing it. It's my hobby. But you know, life happens. Life does its thing. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but I've been fiddling around. I'm a little fiddler. I like fiddling with things. I need a fidget toy. I have a fidget spinner upstairs, actually. I get too confused with the Zelda timelines. I'm very impressed you know all of this. Have you played all of them? So I technically have not played Echoes of Wisdom, the latest one, but I have seen a lot of it. I've seen my friends play it, and I've seen like my favorite streamers play it, but I have not personally played it. I just don't have the time to right now. Which is why I stream the Zelda games. I'm streaming Zelda games specifically on Twitch because 1, I love them, and 2, it gives me a chance to like replay them and catch up with them and like reconnect with them because it is my childhood game. Zelda is my childhood game. It is the game that got me outside and playing with sticks in the yard and in the forests and stuff like that, or the woods, I guess. They're not necessarily forests, but like in the wooded areas of my hometown. It got me outside. It got me to be active. And now, you know what gets me active? Pikmin Bloom. Pikmin Bloom is amazing. I don't know if you guys play Pikmin Bloom, but go play that. It's a good alternative to Pokemon Go. The thing is that I don't like Pokemon Go is that Pokemon Go is so intensive. It's so you need to have a lot of energy to put into it, because like you need to catch the Pokemon, you need to like go to the gyms, you need to battle and stuff like that. Pikmin Bloom is just like you plant the fucking flowers. You plant the flowers and you keep going. Also, maybe like you dress yourself up, you can go on walks with your friends. So like I like Pikmin Bloom over Pokemon Go for that reason and that reason only. I get too confused with the Zelda. Do you get the story or just like the games? I love the stories too. So the story of the timelines of the Zelda games, I'll tell you this right now. The Zelda timelines. Hold on, I gotta show you something. I gotta get a visual. Hold on. Okay, so while this is happening, I can show you this thing I won while staying in Japan. Ready? You guys ready for this? Ah, shit. You didn't see that. Okay. Okay, ready? Bum, 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 bum. It's the Master Sword from Tears of the Kingdom, where it's all like ruined. And also, ready? Hopefully this still works. But it lights up. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy. I love it. Okay. Zelda timelines, right? So the Zelda timelines, they don't matter. Listen, they don't matter at all. The Zelda timelines, don't care about them. Seriously, do not care about them. Think of them as just individual games and you'll have so much of a better time. The overarching story, I feel like they tried to do something with that, but like they realized Zelda is better off as like segmented stories of the hero of time or the hero of whatever, right? So the games technically start before any of the games ever did anything. There's like some like mangas and stuff like that, right? So before Skyward Sword is the first one in the series technically. Skyward Sword, there is a huge war that's happening in the land of Hyrule, right? Overlooked by the goddess Hylia, right? Hyrule was forged by 3 goddesses, Nehru, Din, and Feror, right? The 3 goddesses that make up the Triforce. They created Hyrule. And then they're just kind of like fucked off as a Triforce basically. And Hylia, I don't know, I guess Hylia rules over them all. Where does Hylia take place? What is Hylia's role in this actually? Hold on. Hylia, goddess. Because how is she connected to the Triforce? Oh, she's the protector of the Triforce. So she's like the Knuckles. She's the Knuckles to the Master Emerald, or the Knuckles of the Master Emerald to the Triforce. So she's the protector of the Triforce. So yeah, so the goddess Hylia looked over the land of Hyrule. This great big war happened where a bunch of monsters rose up from the ground. And then they're like, oh my god, we're being overrun by monsters. Goddess Hylia, what do we do? And she's like, don't worry, I got this. And then she basically lifted a bunch of the rocks from the ground up into the sky. And then everybody lived in the sky for a little bit. And then she like covered the earth in clouds. So like they couldn't see underneath it, which is odd because like also it there's also sunlight on the surface, which is I don't understand it. Listen, again, don't worry about the lore. I'm gonna explain the lore to you, but don't worry about it. Just worry about the individual games. So yeah, that's where Skyward Sword starts. After a while, I think Hylia actually gave her life in that sequence. Sorry, I'm just reading right now. Yeah, okay, so that was right. Okay, so the goddess Hylia was severely injured in that war. So she made the Master Sword, right? She made it, but it's not perfect. And then she passed away, and then her lineage passed on through the royal bloodline, which is, you know, the Zelda bloodline. If you are a princess, you know, the royal bloodline. I don't know if you. The king. the king. So then this is where the legend starts. The monsters came from a big bad entity known as Demise, and Demise is like the embodiment of evil, which then gets passed down through the ages as well, but we'll get back to that. So in Skyward Sword, the entire premise is that like the earth and the sky are separated, and at the end of it you want to unite the earth and the sky, and I guess defeat the evil that is plaguing the earth. So you forge the Master Sword to its potential, its highest potential, by blessing it and shit. It becomes the Master Sword. You defeat Demise. Demise is like, yo, that's fucked up. I'm gonna fucking haunt you for the rest of your... I'm gonna haunt you and your ancestors for the rest of eternity. And so that begins the great evil, right? The great evil. Fast forward, we get to, I think, Minish Cap. I'm just gonna double check here. I didn't expect to talk about Zelda timeline today, but here we are. Again, and this changes a lot, by the way. The timeline changes over time. Okay, so yeah, so I was right. Okay, so it does go to Minish Cap, right? So, oh, I forgot to mention in Skyward Sword, like that begins like the whole the trio of heroes, or the trio of characters. The great evil, the great hero, and the great goddess. Basically, you get the hero, the hero, the goddess, and the evil, right? So just those three things are really, really important for the entire like series. There cannot be more in one game. You fried my brain. That's how the game starts. Like that's how the whole lore starts, right? And that's how like the overarching sort of themes come from. We'll get through this a lot quicker now that the baseline has been precedented. Okay, so now we have this whole like story of princess, hero, and evil, right? So fast forward, we get into Minish Cap. We are now back on Earth. Everything's hunky dory. They have this yearly tradition called like the hero something or another, the tournament or whatever. And whoever wins the tournament gets to touch the Holy Sword. Guess what the Holy Sword is? It's not the Master Sword, actually. It's not the Master Sword, but it is an important sword. It is called the Four Sword. It's the Four Sword. And the Four Sword has its own sort of special thing about it, which we'll talk about later because it's important later on. But the Four Sword is basically an equivalent to the Master Sword, but not quite the Master Sword. It is not the evil's bane, but it has the power to vanquish evil, okay? So, a evil sorcerer named Vati wins this tournament, and he touches the sword. In fact, he doesn't touch it, he fucking breaks it. And the sword is actually lodged into this chest, right? And it breaks open this chest, and that great evil comes out. I actually have no idea where this evil comes from. It was sealed away. It is thought to be a agent of demise. Isn't the Force Sword just a fork? It is not a fork. But, you know, it is a sword. Listen, we'll talk about the Force Sword in a bit, okay? Not important right now. Force Sword, not important right now, okay? But just remember that it's called the Force Sword. And there's a reason why it's called the Force Sword, because there's not 4 points to it. But it's important, okay? So, the Force Sword, not the Master Sword that looks like this, all right? Not the Master Sword that looks like this. But the Force Sword. The Force Sword. Jingle, jingle, jingle. Okay, so this evil sorceress, Vati, breaks open the seal, unleashes evil, becomes evil. It is your job to vanquish the evil by following the footsteps of another hero and saving the princess, yada, yada, yada. You vanquish the evil, you're good to go. All right? This is also where the hat comes into play, which is weird because in Skyward Sword, Link had a hat anyways, so, like, I don't really know. But Link gets his hat from the Minish Cap. The Minish Cap is actually a Minish guy that was turned into a hat, and then Link wears him throughout the entire game, and then he gets the iconic Peter Pan-esque looking hat. And so that's where that's why that game is important, I guess. Okay, fast forward even more. 4 swords, okay? So this is 4 swords, not adventures, but The Legend of Zelda, the 4 swords, okay? Vati, the guy that we vanquished, right, comes back again. He comes back again. And the 4 sword, he's locked away inside the 4 sword. Crazy, right? Locked away inside the sword? Who knew? Also, it turns out, like, you can, like, just seal people inside swords. That's just, like, a thing that happens in the series. I don't understand that. But you can just kind of lock people away inside the sword. Just go, go inside, right? And then, like, they're inside the sword. Yeah, this is Zelda. This is Zelda talk right now. So, yeah, force people inside the swords, right? So, Vati comes out of the sword, and then it is your job to stop him. It is actually a side story to one of the other games. So, like, you basically... Vati comes out, you stop him again, all right? But the cool thing is that they introduced multiplayer into Zelda, so it is the first multiplayer Zelda game, and that's why it's the 4 swords, because it splits Link into 4 people. It's like 5 guys, right? But, like, it's 4 Links. Yeah. All right. Following that, after Vati gets fucked into oblivion 18 times over, right? By 4 guys. Which happens to be the same guy, but it's 4 guys, right? 4 of the same guy. Like, imagine, like, you shadow clone Jutsu'd and beat the shit out of him. That's, like, what happened. Okay, so Vati's fucking sealed away again. Back into the 4 sword. That's the only thing that mattered, is that, like, he just broke out just to come back in. That's the whole point of that side story game. Fast forward. All right, now into the meat and potatoes of the entire series. Okay, so we get to Ocarina of Time, right? Everybody knows Ocarina of Time. So what happens here is this. The embodiment of evil. Do you guys remember the great evil? Demise? Well, Demise is back. But he's not Demise. He is reincarnated into the only male Gerudo. He's reincarnated into the only male Gerudo known as Ganondorf. Ganondorf is the king of the Gerudo because there's only one Gerudo born every 100 years. He just happened to pick the Gerudo. Which is kind of unfortunate because I know, you know, an evil king. Yeah, that's not really a good idea. It's not great. So the evil king Ganondorf shows up And he's in cahoots with the king of Hyrule for now. He's subservient to the king. And he's like, yes, king, I will do as you say because my land is in the desert, which is kind of fucked up if you think about it, because we can't grow any crops. So please give us crops, and we will give you dirt. And so Ganondorf is like subservient to the king of Hyrule for that reason, pretty much. Zelda is like, whoa, I got some really bad vibes from this guy. I'm from the royal bloodline, so I have secret powers that come from the goddess. And so she's like going, oh my god, what do I do? And then she has this dream. She's like, oh, I have this dream that some boy from the forest will arrive and he will help me stop the great evil man that is standing in front of me. So then fast forward, I guess. You are in the forest as Link, and it is his day. It is his day to earn a fairy, because all the forest people go get a fairy at like the age of 10 or something, a fairy companion. So he's the only boy without a fairy, and everyone's making fun of him, and everyone's like, haha, you're such a loser, Link. Why don't you have a fairy? Except for your friend Saria, who she likes you because she's a cool girl. So you get your fairy, you get your sword, you get your shield. All the kids are still making fun of you because whatever. Also, strangely enough, you're the only guy with blonde hair, if I remember correctly. Everyone else has like red or green hair. So that's also probably another reason why they're making fun of you. It's like, haha, blondie, you're a little blonde boy. Haha, the sun reflects off of your hair too much. So, you leave the forest, and like the great Deku Tree, who is the guardian of the forest, he tells you, listen. If the Kokiri, which is the people of the forest, if the Kokiri leave the forest, they will die. And he's like, so yeah, Link, if you leave the forest, you might die. So just letting you know that. But you know what? You should go and see the Princess Zelda anyway. She's out in the Hyrule Castle. Go do it. It'll be funny. So you leave the forest, and then you meet up with Zelda. And then you're like, whoa, I'm not dead. That's weird. I must be like blessed by the goddess or something. Link's mom. Can Garrett explain why Link is blonde? Link doesn't have a mom, actually. Well, she died. Link's mom died. There was a war. Listen, there was another war. There's a lot of war in Hyrule. She died. I don't know about his dad either. He probably died too. He was probably drafted, now that I think about it. He was probably drafted into the war. And then, yeah, now he's a... The Deku Tree? I mean, Deku is a little bitch. Okay, we'll talk about his mom in a bit, though. She's actually kind of important. Okay, so Link meets up with Zelda, and she's like, listen, we gotta stop this man. So you decide to stop this man. And she's like, listen, there's a secret power hidden behind the Temple of Time. The Master Sword. You gotta get it. It's gonna stop the evil guy. And so you're like, sounds like a good idea. And she's like, okay. So you gather up some things to go get the Master Sword because it's locked behind a wall. You unlock the door to get the Master Sword, and boom, you see the Master Sword. You pull it out. Little do you know, you pull the sword out. Bam! You are now a strangely sexy 17-year-old. How many heroes are orphans? That's a really good question. You pull out the sword, bam, you're a 17-year-old. You're now the age of consent. Now I can sexualize Link as an adult. Listen, he's a sexy man, okay? Link, kind of sexy. Would. Smash. So you pull out the sword, and like, whoa and behold, whoa, everything's in ruin. Because, whoa, not only are you now older, you were stuck in the Temple of Time for 7 years. Crazy, right? Stuck. I'm old. Now you're much older. Turns out the Temple of Time is also the gateway to the Sacred Realm, where the Triforce is. And Ganondorf used you, who opened the door to the Sacred Realm, got into the Sacred Realm, and started fucking shit up. He didn't get the Triforce, but he started fucking shit up. Because the Triforce wasn't there. He was like, what the fuck? But he stole the Triforce, or a piece of the Triforce. And then he's like, what the fuck? I thought this was the whole Triforce, but it wasn't there. But he got power from the Triforce, and he fucked everything up. So, you're trying to find Zelda, and you're like, whoa, I can't find her anywhere. And all of a sudden, this mysterious ninja shows up, and she's like, I know where Zelda is. But you need to power up the Master Sword, or you need to awaken the sages, so we have the power to seal away Ganondorf forever. And so you awaken the sages, and woe and behold, spoilers, Zelda appears out of nowhere. I'm not going to tell you where, but she appears out of nowhere. She gives you the power to shoot light from your arrow, from your bow. So you go out, you steal Ganon away, and he's like, fuck you, Link. I still have the Triforce of Power. I know you have the Triforce of Courage. Zelda has the Triforce of Wisdom. I know all this now. The 3 pieces of the Triforce, they're all gathered together. I'm going to make the Triforce, but damn, you killed me. You didn't kill me. He was sealed away. I don't know why they can't just kill him. Could they just not just kill him? Or is he too powerful for that? I don't actually know. But they sealed him away instead of killing him. They seal him away instead of killing him. And then, this is where the fuckery happens, guys. This is where the fuckery happens. This is where timeline shenanigans happens, okay? And this is why you should not care about the timeline, literally because of Ocarina of Time. So when you defeated Ganon in the future, right? You defeated Ganon when you're an adult. But Zelda was like, yo, you lost 7 years in your life just waiting around to be summoned. That's fucked up. I'm gonna make you a kid again. So she makes you a kid again, which sends you back in time. But the timeline in which Ganon was defeated still exists. So he's just gone from that time. He just disappears from that time. He's no longer in that timeline. He's just gone. She just basically said, fuck off, Link, and now he's gone. But then he went back in time. Twilight Princess implies the Triforce makes them immortal in some way. I thought that was like this. I don't actually know. Well, I thought the Triforce just carried their will. It wasn't that it made them immortal. It carried their will. Because Link was... Spoilers, Link is defeated at some point. Zelda's is a bit pushy for my liking. Yeah, she has a lot of wisdom, so we listen to her. She tells us that brushing our teeth is good for us, so we do that. So we brush our teeth. We brush our teeth. We brush our teeth. Brush your teeth. Here's lightning powers. Ganon gets stabbed by the sage. Oh yeah, that's in Twilight Princess. So we'll get there though. Okay, so the timeline splits here when Link gets sent back in time. There's 2 timelines. There's a secret third Ninja Turtle. Listen, there's a secret third Ninja Turtle, but we'll get there. That's important. But we'll get there. The timeline splits into 2. The future where Link saves Hyrule from Ganon, and a timeline where Ganon is stopped before everything can even happen, right? So like we'll call that when he went back in time, we'll call that the child timeline, and we'll call the one where he was defeated the adult's timeline. Okay. Okay. Sounds good. All right. So I guess we'll follow the path of the hero that we're following right now, which is the hero of time. The hero of time. The Link that was in Skyward Sword was, I think, the hero of the sky. And then the Minish Cap was, I think, is it that hero of the winds? Is he the hero of the winds? I can't remember. Minish Cap was the hero. Is he just the hero? There's another 3 timelines. We'll get there. We'll get there. Listen, we'll get there. We still gotta do our daily Dolces. I'm almost done with got coffee. We haven't done our daily Dolces yet. In fact, I am done my coffee. I'm done. I'm done my coffee. Okay. All right. So we're gonna follow the child timeline, the link that we're following right now, also known as like the hero of time, right? So the hero of time, he gets sent back into his child body, right? So now he's a little child running around on the forest or whatever. So he is Navi just fucks off. I don't know what happened. Navi just fucks off for some reason, and no one knows why. But Navi just fucks off, which is his fairy friend. And then he goes to go find Navi, gets lost in the forest, and that's when Majora's Mask happens, okay? Now, Majora's Mask, it's debatable whether or not it was real or not, because it might have been just a fever dream, or it might have been not. But basically what happens is that Link has a fever dream. He deals with like a bunch of emotions, which is why the game is so emotional. And then at some point, he's just forgotten. He's just, no one knows that he saved the world. No one knows it. No one knows that he saved the world because there was no evil, right? Ganon was stopped really, really early on because they're like, hey, listen, we went to the future. We know what Ganon's gonna do. You need to imprison him right now and kill him. So they try to kill him, right? And then they just were like, wait a second, we can't kill him. Let's lock him away. So they lock him away into a place called the Twilight Realm. All right. Now we'll come back to the Twilight Realm. So Link is venturing off into the forest. He has a fever dream and he dies in the forest. He dies. He dies in the forest. Is that crazy? A kid who saved the world. No one even knows that he saved the world because he had this premonition. Basically, he had this premonition that Ganondorf was going to do something evil, and so they stopped him. And then he didn't get to take any of the credit because he didn't do anything technically, so he died. And fast forward, Ganondorf is now in the Twilight Realm, right? He gets banished to the Twilight Realm. He takes over the Twilight Realm, and he becomes the embodiment of darkness, twilight, and evil. Whoa. Whoa, right? So, well, I'm just, sorry, I got distracted that, like, I don't know what to do with my hand. I don't know what to show you guys, so I'm just, like, showing you my hand doing stuff. So he becomes the embodiment of like twilight, darkness, and evil. And Ganondorf spends the entire game trying to cover the land in twilight so he can basically rule over it. He tricks this evil king who usurped the throne, actually. So there was a queen of the Twilight. Her name was Midna. She was the queen of the Twilight Realm. She was overtaken by a guy named Zant, and Zant was granted evil powers by Ganondorf, which made him, you know, super powerful and able to like usurp the throne basically. So he basically turned Midna into like this little imp creature, and then he's like, the Twilight is mine for the taking. So he takes the Twilight Realm, he takes it over, and then he's like, let's spread Twilight everywhere. Let's not be the Twilight, let's not be stuck in the shadows forever, right? And so Twilight starts enveloping the land of Hyrule through the power of Zant and Ganondorf. And then Link, right? Link, you thought he was dead. He is actually dead. It just happens to be another Link. So this is where it's weird, okay? There's a bunch of weird theories why Link is here. But another Link shows up. He's a rancher. He takes care of goats. He probably milks the goats too, but he just like herds them all. He's a goat herder. The Twilight shows up in his hometown. He's like, what the fuck is happening? Right? And so he ends up meeting the imp princess Midna. They end up saving Hyrule from Twilight. Ganondorf dies again. I think does he actually die or does he just, he gets stabbed. Listen, he gets stabbed and he's screaming in pain. I assume he's dead. There's so many Links. I don't know. There's just so many of them. There's a reason for that, all right? So I'll explain this now. Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf. Remember those three? The hero, the goddess, and the evil, right? They are perpetually intertwined throughout time. Demise, when he died, he was like, I'm gonna haunt your ancestors for the rest of eternity. That's why he exists, right? That's why Ganondorf exists through multiple timelines, is because Demise is embodying him, basically. So he exists through a bunch of different timelines because of that. Link is the hero, right? And the will of the hero exists throughout time. So the will of the hero is passed down from hero to hero. It could be the hero's son. It could be some random stranger. Some random kid just gets the power of the hero. But basically, the hero just kind of awakens in a bunch of links throughout the timelines. And then there is the goddess Hylia, right? And the goddess Hylia is basically the bloodline of Zelda. So as long as there is a Zelda, as long as the blood of Hylia exists, there will be a Zelda. So, yeah. He always comes back. Yeah, he always comes back. He always comes back. Okay. So, I wish I had like another Zelda thing around here. I think I have an amiibo. Oh, whatever. Where was I? Oh yeah, okay, so they kill Ganondorf. He's dead. He might not be dead. He could be like super dead. We don't know yet. He could be alive. We just don't know. But he got stabbed and he's dead. But he might come back. So fast forward, you meet Zelda in the Twilight Realm as well. She's there. She's like, listen, Ganondorf's up to some shit. We gotta fucking stop him, right? So you, Zelda, and Midna all together stop Ganondorf. He's dead. Fast forward. Remember Vati? Vati comes back. Vati comes back and he's like, yo, what's up? Remember me? I'm stuck in the Four Sword. Do you remember the Four Sword? Me, neither do I, but I'm stuck in there. And he just, the embodiment of evil shows up again as a shadow of Link, right? Shadow Link. Dark Link, even. So Dark Link shows up. No one knows where Dark Link showed up. He's just there, right? Some say that, like, the embodiment of evil basically tried to possess Link, but couldn't, and ended up in his shadow. And then, therefore, his shadow became Dark Link. But that's just a theory. A game theory. Okay. Link, send Link. So yeah, Vati shows up, comes out of the Four Sword. You got Link, another Link. I'm not even sure if it's some other fucking Link. I don't even know who this is. He's just there. Link shows up again. Probably a different Link. Pulls the sword out, beats the shit out of Vati, and then that's the end of that timeline, basically. And then, like, fast forward a billion years ago, or later, I mean, a billion years later, Hyrule gets all fucked up again because Ganon shows up as an evil spirit known as the Calamity, and then starts the Calamity era, known as Breath of the Wild and that stuff. But we'll get back to there, okay? We'll get back to there. That's not where the timeline ends, but it's where we'll stop for now. All right, next. You remember that timeline where where Link and the sages sealed away Ganondorf? Yeah, well, that's still happening. So after Ganondorf ravaged all of fucking Hyrule and turned it into dust and ruin and all that stuff, they rebuilt Hyrule. And at some point, Ganon tried to take over Hyrule again, but the king was like, no, you can't have Hyrule. Listen, you can't have Hyrule. It's my Hyrule. And if I can't have it, no one can have it. So then what happens somewhere in the timeline, the oceans start to rise. There's a bunch of water that comes everywhere, and then all of the world is flooded. There's so much water everywhere. There's too much water. 7.8 out of 10. too much water, and then there's only like small little islands left. So in these small islands comes the Wind Waker. A little boy from a small island called Outset Island. He wakes up. It's his 10th birthday. Yippee! Happy birthday! So he follows. Remember that thing where the hero shows up out of nowhere and like kind of defeats Ganon, right? Well, guess what? That is the lore here. It is a legend. It is a legend of Zelda, if you will, or the Legend of Link. So the people of the world of the Great Sea. This is the Great Sea era, the Great Pirate era, but it's actually the Great Sea era. So the people of the Great Sea. Oh, I forgot to tell you this. Back in I forgot to tell you this in Ocarina of Time. You guys remember when I was like, hey, Kokiri will fucking die if they leave the forest? Link isn't Kokiri. He's Hylian. And that's why he didn't die when he left the forest. Because he's Hylian. And there's like, whoa, you're Hylian? That's why you have blonde hair? Like, yeah. His mom died running from the war. She ran into the forest. She died. And he's like, take care of my son, Great Deku Tree. And then, so like, yeah. All right. So that's why Link is not dead. So Link is Hylian. Link has always been Hylian. So all the quote unquote Hylians of the world right now, they value this thing where like a great hero rises up at the ripe age of 10 years old, and he dons the garbs of the hero, which happens to be, you know, a green tunic and a green hat. So it's his birthday, and then his grandma's like, listen, it's time for you to do the thing where you dress up as the hero, because that's our culture. That's our culture. You better respect it. So he does that. He wears the hat, he hates it. He wears the tunic, he hates it. And then, boom, his sister is taken. He's like, whoa, wow, that's fucked up. Why is my sister taken? So he runs out of the island, still wearing the garbs, by the way. He didn't take it off. You was just like, okay, I'm just gonna keep wearing these things. So he runs off. He joins some pirates because he needs to get across the sea. He doesn't have a boat. So he boards a boat with some pirates who was chasing after this giant bird that kidnapped his sister, right? So he's like, whoa, that's fucked up. I'm gonna go save my sister. So he goes to save his sister. He fails. He fails to save his sister. And then he gets launched away into the sea. He's lost at sea. He gets picked up by a random boat, and he's like, whoa, who saved me? There's no one on this boat. The boat fucking talks. The boat is real. The boat is a man. It's not a man, but it's a boat. It's a lion. It's a lion boat. It's a lion boat man. So so the boat says, hey, listen, I know who fucking took your sister. The guy. You might not know him. The people who are playing this game might know him. His name is Ganondorf. What do you mean, Ganondorf? We sealed him away. But he came back. He came back. He came back because he's a spiteful man. He's like, listen, fuck you, Link, right? So Ganondorf came back. He stole your sister. Why is he stealing girls? He didn't just steal your sister. He's stealing every 10-year-old girl in sight. That's a little weird. That's a little predatory. That's a little creepy. So he's stealing a bunch of 10-year-old girls, or like, she's not even 10, she's like 8. He's stealing a bunch of little girls from the world. Why is he doing that? I don't know. So he tells you, listen, you're not strong enough to beat him. You need this powerful sword. It's called the Master Sword. You may not have heard of it, but it has the power to get rid of evil. And that man is evil, and you gotta kill him. So you go get the Master Sword. You get the Master Sword. You grab the Master Sword and you're like, yeah, right. You stab him a couple times, and he's like, it's broken. Your sword is broken. Oh, your sword is broken. It doesn't work on me, buddy. And he's like, I got you. And so you're like, wait, why didn't it work? And then you have to realize you have to power up the sword. You have to power up the sword by awakening the sages again. So you awaken the sages, you get the sword to its full strength, it goes ba-da-da-da, and then you stab him a couple times again, and then he dies. But before that happens, when you just before you stab him, he's like, listen, I've got you. I've got you where I want you, Link. I've got your and then you get the Triforce of Courage, right? You get the Triforce of Courage. You don't have it initially because you're not the hero yet, but you have the will of the hero. So you have the will of the hero. You go get the Triforce of Courage. You can just get it. It exists in the world. You can just go get it. It just happens to be in several pieces, but you get it. You go grab the Triforce of Courage. You find the Triforce of Wisdom, which actually is in one of the pirates that you joined at the start of the game. One of the pirates, she's a girl. She's also the princess. She has the blood of Hylia flowing in her blood. So she's actually the princess. So a pirate princess, you got the hero, and Ganondorf shows back up. You all got the Triforce again. He's like, yo, I got you where you want, guys. I got the Triforce of Wisdom, the Triforce of Courage, and the Triforce of Power all in one place. I'm gonna make the Triforce right now. So he makes the Triforce. The Triforce has the power to grant wishes. And so he summons the Triforce. He's like, I'm gonna touch it, and whoever touches it gets a wish granted. And boom, the boat is actually the king of Hyrule. Courage is a physical item. The Triforce of Courage is the item. The Triforce of Courage is the item. It grants you courage. It is a magical item that gives you +2 initiative or something. So he summons the Triforce. The king shows up out of nowhere because, whoa, the boat is actually the king. The boatman, king man, touches the Triforce and says, nah. You want Hyrule? Ganondorf, you want Hyrule? Remember what I said. If you want it, you can't have it. If I can't have it, you can't have it. You can't have it. So I'm gonna flood it even more. So he floods Hyrule again, twice over. He didn't flood it just once. He flooded it twice. So he's like, "Fuck you, Ganondorf. If I can't have it, you can't have it." So he gets rid of the Triforce. You kill Ganondorf as the oceans are flooding Hyrule again, and then you seal him away. You seal him away again. You stab him with the sword. You stab him. You go. Whoosh, it gets stuck inside of him, and Ganondorf is dead again. He's sealed away by the sword. Like that. All right. So then after that happens, you have the DS games. You have Phantom Hourglass, and then you have Spirit Tracks, right? So basically, all you really need to know, Demise shows up again. Basically, Demise shows up again, not as Ganondorf, but as evil. As, I believe, Vati even. Remember Vati? So Vati shows up again, and then does some evil shit. You stop Vati. And that's basically, that's basically it. Vati shows up again, you kick his ass. There's pirates. You get the Phantom Hourglass. The Phantom Hourglass is a thing that lets you, there's a cursed temple. It only lets you traverse it if you have the hourglass, and you can only spend as much time as the hourglass allows you. And basically the same thing with the Spirit Tracks. There's a goddess tower, and you can only spend as much time as whatever. But it's not the Phantom Hourglass, it's something else. Basically all you need to know is that those games kind of like are, the stories kind of sucks, but the gameplay's pretty fire. And so yeah, that kind of just ends it. And then years later, the flood goes away. The water washes out of Hyrule and leaves behind a dried out Hyrule. And then you get, what is it? You get Hyrule again. You get a dry Hyrule, and then Ganon shows up again. Surprise, he's not dead. He shows up as Calamity. His evil spirit shows up, starts possessing things, and starts blowing things up. And then that starts, you guessed it, Breath of the Wild, baby. All right. I actually have no idea where Echoes of Wisdom comes in, now that I think about it, because I haven't actually looked where the lore lines up. Probably somewhere. Probably after Link's Awakening, actually. Okay, anyways. Those are the two timelines, right? Remember when I said there's a third secret Ninja Turtle? The third secret timeline? Well, there's another timeline where Link dies. He dies. He dies fighting Ganondorf. Where? Not in Twilight Princess. Remember when he's like, Twilight Princess, he's dead. Not there. No. Back in Ocarina of Time. In Ocarina of Time, there's a separate timeline. Because this is the multiverse of Zelda. He dies fighting Ganondorf. And Ganondorf's like, ha, I win. I'm going to use the Triforce of Power, and I'm going to do some evil stuff. And so he does a bunch of evil stuff. And then he transforms himself into a giant pig at the end of the game. And he like maintains that form throughout the entire rest of the series in the following games, which is why he looks like a pig. So, Ganondorf fucks up the world because no one's there to stop him. And then, in this timeline, where Link is dead, there's no more Link. He's dead. There's no more Link ever again. Just kidding, there is. Remember, the will of the hero exists forever of all eternity. That's just how it works. Ganon shows up. He fucks up everything. He, like, fucks up the sages, right? Remember the sages? They're just called the wise men here. But the wise men, he kidnaps their daughters for some reason. Because they have the power instead of the wise men. So he kidnaps them. He fucks up Hyrule. He tries to turn everything into darkness. And this is a link to the past. It's a link to the past. And so your uncle, who works for the government, the king is the government. Your uncle works for the government, and he's like, yo, Link, some bad shit's happening. Don't follow me. And so you do. You follow him anyways. And you're like, whoa, uncle, what happened to you? And he's like, I got stabbed. I'm gonna die, Link. I'm gonna die, Link. You gotta take up my sword. So you take his sword and you fucking run off with it and you kill a bunch of people. And basically, this evil wizard was in cahoots this entire time. This evil wizard man shows up in Hyrule. You thought he was a good guy, but he's actually a bad guy. And he like kidnaps the king. I think he actually kills the king now that I think about it. I think he just kills the king and he kidnaps a bunch of the wise men's daughters. And he's like, ha ha ha, Link. You know why I'm doing this? Because I'm evil. I'm evil. Ooh. So you defeat the wizard, right? And he's like, you may have defeated me, but you have not defeated me. Ha 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 ha. And so he like turns the entire world to darkness, which is the dark world. So he gets the dark world. Okay? So you show up in the dark world like, oh my god, things are all fucked up here. What the frick is happening? Ganondorf not Ganondorf. It's not Ganondorf. Some evil power, right? Some quote unquote evil power is turning the world to darkness, which is like the evil wizard guy, right? So the evil wizard guy, he flees away into his castle, right? So you have to save all the maidens. You must not be maidenless anymore. Don't be maidenless. You gotta save the maidens. You save the maidens. You walk up to his fucking tower and you're like, hey, fuck you, wizard. So you kill the wizard and he's like, ha ha ha, you thought you killed me. Ha ha, but I'm not the wizard. I am the evil Ganon. Not Ganondorf, Ganon. Ganon is the guy, the big pig man, right? Ganondorf turns into Ganon, all right? So Ganondorf is the man, Ganon is the pig man, all right? They're the same guy. He just gets rid of the dwarf guy because he wants to be dwarf because dwarf sounds like dork. And so he's like, I don't want people calling me Ganon dork. So he's like, I'm just Ganon. So Ganon shows up and he's like, hey, little kid, remember me? And he's like, no, because I don't remember you at all. I was like, well, I remember you. So I'm going to kill you. So he tries to kill you, but you kill him. And then you get the Triforce, the Triforce that he used to turn the world evil and to darkness. You get it and you're like, yo, Triforce, can this fucking just not happen? Can this just not happen? Can we just like roll it back? Can we just do this over again? And the Triforce is like, yeah, sure. And so the Triforce makes it so none of this ever happens. So yeah, you make a wish on the Triforce. Your uncle, he's alive again. The king, he's alive. The princess, you guys remember Princess Zelda? She's here. She's one of the maidens. So like everything's all hunky-dory. The evil is gone, and the Master Sword, you guys remember the Master Sword? It was there too. They used the Master Sword to defeat evil. It's the sword that defeats all evil. So you get the Master Sword, you kill Ganon again, but this time with the Master Sword for the first time, not the second time, because the first time you died doing it. So this other Link that showed up out of nowhere, the will of the hero, he kills Ganon, and then you save Hyrule, and nothing, it never happened. Ganon doesn't exist. It never happened. All right? Okay, and then, so now, Ganon doesn't exist anymore. He literally does not exist. He does not exist anymore at all. He's gone forever, or so you think. It actually just erases itself from the timeline. It does. It does. But there's a big but here. Okay, so Link is the hero here, right? He's like, you know what? I'm gonna do some good shit. I'm gonna do some good shit. And so he does some good shit, and then they're like, whoa, Link, you gotta come back. There's some shit happening with the Triforce. Some shit's happening. So you walk up to the Triforce. Yeah, you walk up to the Triforce. You're like, whoa, it's the Triforce. The Triforce sends you to an alternate dimension. And you're like, whoa, what the frick? Why am I here? You show up in the land of, what's it called again? The land of, it's the Oracle games. You show up in the Oracle games. Low roll, not roll. We'll get back. We'll get to low roll in a second. Oracle of Ages area. Okay. Yes. Okay. I remember. Okay. So I remember because I looked it up. Okay. You walk up to the Triforce and you're like, woo, and you like explode, right? So you show up in the land of one of two places. The timeline splits again. Crazy. So you either end up in the land of Holodrum, the Oracle of Seasons, where the Oracle of Seasons resides, or you show up in Labyrinth. And that's where the Oracle of Ages shows up. There's supposed to be a third secret Ninja Turtle again, but like they didn't have the development time to do it, so like they just only did the two. But there's a third secret Ninja Turtle that was never born. So you take that as you will. So you either show up in Labyrinth, Oracle of Ages, or Holodrum, Oracle of Seasons. Okay. So and there's a reason why you get sent to one of the two, right? So Link, right, splits again. He basically turns into two different Links, doing two different tasks at the same time. He's multitasking, don't worry about it. He's really good at it. He's got a little bit of an ADHD going on, so like he can like do that. So he goes through Labyrinth and Holodrum to save the Oracles, which is actually, ironically, Din and Nehru. And if you don't remember those names, those are the names of the goddesses, right? The goddesses that made the Triforce. So, you save them from some evil people trying to like capture them, take their powers and stuff like that, because they're very, very important people, but also they're just random ass villagers who live in this little area, and they're just there. So you save them from these evil people trying to take their powers. Who's trying to take their powers? Some big guy garbed in armor and some evil witch, right? And so you're like, okay, so I'm gonna stop them. But like ho, you thought you stopped us, but actually there's more to it. And so you kill them, you stop them, and you're like, whoa, what's going on here? Turns out that when you defeat one of them, it turns on this sort of, they take the power, like the power that they have, and it ignites the flames of darkness or the flames of evil or whatever, because they're embodiments of evil or whatever. So what happened to word puzzles? We'll get there, don't worry. We're talking about Zelda. Zelda has puzzles. We're gonna figure out where we are right now. We'll get there eventually. We'll get there, okay? I want to talk about Zelda. This is my party. I can cry if I want to. So the flames of darkness show up, right? After you defeat them. Whoa, why are these flames showing up? Well, turns out that the Ganondorf's moms, just right, he's got gay moms. He's got gay moms. Kome and Kotaku. Kotake. Kotaku is the company, the gaming journalist company. Yeah. So they're the two witches. The two lesbian witches who are sisters and who are also his mom at the same time. I don't understand. Listen, I don't get it. But the Gerudo witches, Kome and Kotake, they're like, whoa, you killed our son. Fuck you, Link. We're gonna bring him back. And remember, I was like, whoa, Ganon doesn't exist anymore? Just kidding, he does. Because they use the power of evil to bring him back. Ganon comes back again. Through his mom. His mom's like, listen, we'll get you a job in Hyrule. Ganon, we'll get you a job in Hyrule. So come back, we'll get you a job. So they bring him back through the power of darkness. You kill Twinrova, but guess what? He comes back anyways. I don't think they gave birth to him. Listen, they did, okay? In my timeline, they gave birth to him. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they just raised him. But either way, they're like, yo. The evil witches that raised Ganondorf to raise his power or whatever, to like, to enrich his darkness powers, I guess. They're like, yo, bring him back. So they brought him back. They got him a job at Hyrule again. He came back to Hyrule, and then they're like, whoa, so you escape this parallel universe, Librina and Holodrome. And they're like, Link, you gotta come back. Link, you gotta come back. Ganondorf is doing a thing. He's doing a thing. But they're both women. Listen, you don't know how birth works in Hyrule. You don't know how birth works in Hyrule. Hold on, my phone is dying. I forgot to plug it in. But I am right. I'm always right. Okay, so Ganon shows up again. They're like, whoa, Ganon's back because his mom got him a job at Hyrule. So he shows up, and then they're like, Link, you gotta come back. Link, you gotta come back. He's back again. We don't know how. He's back. So Link is like, wait, I'm all the way. I took a journey to go check out what's happening with the Triforce. I'm nowhere near there. So he had to go back. And he has to travel across the sea. He starts traveling across the sea. He goes, and then he like gets caught in a windstorm. He gets caught in a hurricane, a typhoon, and then he crash lands on an island, Koholint Island. Right? He crash lands. He awakens to an island. Link's awakening to the island, Koholint Island. So he's like, shit, I gotta get back to Hyrule. And they're like, no. You gotta help us here. You gotta help us here. There's an evil guy. There's evil here. You gotta save us. So you do. There's this giant egg sitting on top of this mountain, and you're like, listen, there's some evil happening inside that egg. That egg is important. That egg is important to us. You gotta stop with the evil inside that egg. So you go inside the egg, and you stop the evil in there. It is the embodiment of evil again, showing up as Ganon's shadow, or as Ganon's like the illusion of Ganon. He shows up. You kill him. He's gone. He's dead. Well, the embodiment of evil is gone from the egg, and thus the island, right? And so you defeat the evil inside the egg, and then you leave the island because you did a good job. Turns out the island never existed. Turns out you never existed. Turns out you never crash landed on the island at all. What happened is that you just got knocked out during the storm, and you fell asleep on your raft, which got ripped apart. And then you just exist now. You're just hanging on to a log. You're hanging on to a log. You're like, wow, that was a weird fucking dream. And so Link's awakens from his dream. Link's awakening. He awakens from his dream. And then, yeah. Turns out we're all scared. It's basically a Majora's Mask in this version. Link has a fever dream and he wakes up. And instead of waking up in Majora's Mask, he just fucking dies. So, yeah. So then, after Link's awakening, he rolls up to fucking Hyrule. Everything's fucking gone. Everything is gone. He's like, where the fuck is everybody? And so he walks into a cave, and he sees an old man in the cave, and he goes, listen, why don't you have a fucking sword? So he gives you a sword. You take the sword, you find the pieces of the Triforce that are in Hyrule. You gather the pieces of the Triforce of Courage. You gather up your courage. You defeat Ganon. Ganon is no more. You defeated him. He's dead. He's gone. Or is he? Or is he? Kind of, yeah. So after you defeat Ganon, his evil lingers on. His evil lingers on. He's throughout Hyrule. He's doing weird shit. His evil persists. Sorry. I'm just gonna hold on a second. I'm gonna. My phone isn't charging. My phone is not charging. Give me a second. He always comes back. He does. He always comes back. Yeah, he always comes back. Okay, sorry. I think it's charging now. No, it's not. There we go. Okay. But why though? But why? But why indeed? But why indeed does he always come back? Hi Conrad. What you doing? We're talking about Zelda. We've been talking about Zelda for the past hour and a half. We had coffee. I drank my whole ass fucking coffee. It's gone. My coffee is gone. I drank all of it. And here we are still talking about Zelda. This is why you need to play Zelda, guys, by the way. Okay, so where was I? Yeah, you show up, you defeat Ganon, you gather up all the Triforce powers again, right? You gather up your courage, you defeat Ganon, he's dead, he's gone, right? Boo, his evil lingers on. Turns out his evil does some evil shit and puts Zelda to sleep. Zelda is asleep, she's in a coma. God, we gotta wake her up, you gotta wake her up. But you gotta stop Ganon. So, the evil power of Ganon is doing its evil shit. It stole a bunch of power of some jewel powers from these some of these powerful jewels from these things called palaces, and then you go into these palaces and it's ridden with Ganon's evil guys, right? So you take to the jewels, you take the jewels that were stolen from the palaces, you shove them back into place, go psh, like, and you infinity stone that shit, right into the fucking pedestals. And then you bring the power. I don't know, honestly, I have no idea what that bringing the jewels back does. I literally do not know. I missed the oat milk coffee. We used International Delight today. We used International Delight. No oat milk. Okay, so you shove those jewels back into place, the family jewels, Legend of Zelda family jewels. You right into place. And then Ganon's evil palace, the evil palace where Ganon's evil resides, because it's not Ganon. Because if you die, Ganon returns, but you don't die because you are good. You're a good hero. You do your job. Not like Ganon. He got fired. His mom's gave him a job back in Hyrule and he fucked it up. All right, so you go to the palace where his evil resides, basically, right? And you stop all his evil minions, and you're like, well, I'm gonna go grab the Triforce now that is, making all this shit happen. I think it's the Triforce of Power that you're trying to grab, or is it just the Triforce in general? I don't really actually remember, but basically you're getting either a piece or the whole Triforce, and you walk up to it and you're like, wow, that is a Triforce. And then, whoa, do you remember Dark Link? Remember Dark Link who freed Vati? Dark Link shows up again. Dark Link shows up because it's being embodied by the evil of Ganon again. The embodiment of evil shows up and he tries to take you over, but he takes over your shadow instead. And so you fight your shadow and you go and you stab him and you defeat your shadow. You overcome yourself and you win. And Ganon is no more. You get the Triforce piece and you save Zelda from her slumber. She wakes up and she gives you a kiss finally. Something that she hasn't done yet. I think it's the only game where she actually kisses you. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that is the only game where Zelda kisses Link. Maybe someone can correct me on that. but I believe so. No, wait. Ocarina of Time, she kisses him on the nose or forehead? I can't remember. At the end of Ocarina of Time, she kisses him on the forehead. So I'm wrong. But she kisses him. And then they probably have a bunch of babies. How do you remember all this? Autism. Probably. Not diagnosed, but I do have a lot of attention. This is why I love Zelda. Listen, I grew up with it. I played so many of the games. I love it so much. This is the reason why I'm replaying all the games, is so that I can re-experience and share my love of Zelda for you guys, everybody. So hopefully every Saturday on Twitch, we'll be playing some Zelda, okay? I say hopefully because like some shit might happen, okay? But every Saturday, I plan to play Saturday is Zelda days, okay? Saturday is Zelda games. Saturdays made for Zelda and Zelda lovers. I've only played Link's Awakening. Well, listen, you gotta play them all. You gotta play them all now. Okay, so after you wake up Zelda, some shenanigans are happening in Hyrule again, right? So remember when like the Dark World, right? Remember the Dark World from A Link to the Past? Well, some shit's happening with the Dark World again. But whoa, it's not actually the Dark World. It is the other Zelda world. It is the other Hyrule. The dark side of Hyrule, also known as Lorule. Lorule. It's such a dumb pun, but I love it at the same time. So you show up to you show up back in Hyrule again. Everything's hunky dory. Zelda's being Zelda. She's cool with it. She's having fun. All of a sudden, a guy who shows up who kind of looks like Ganondorf but is not Ganondorf. He shows up and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna remember all those maidens from a long ago? Yeah, it's my turn to fuck them up again." So the maidens that you saved in A Link to the Past, well, their ancestors show up. Link's ancestor shows up. They're like, "Yo, I'm gonna go fuck this. I'm gonna do the same thing that Ganon tried to do several years ago, but I'm gonna do it better. I'm gonna do it better." So he does it. He turns the maidens into paintings. He doesn't just put them into crystals this time. No, you're not going into the crystal. You're going into the painting. You're going into the painting. So he shoves them all into paintings. He turns them into paintings, and he escapes into a weird crack in the wall. And you're like, what the fuck? And so he's like, I'm gonna turn you into a painting. So he turns you into a painting. He throws you against the wall. You turn into a painting on the wall, but turns out you have consciousness in the wall. So you use this ability to walk into a crack into the wall and follow him into Lorule. Luigi's Mansion, yeah. Except instead of science, it's magic. It's magic, Joel. It's magic. So you follow him into Lorule, which is the opposite side of Hyrule, the dark side of Hyrule. Turns out he's been fucking shit up over there too. And so you meet another princess. It's not Princess Zelda, because you know there's a parallel basically, like, right? There's two sides of the same coin. So like, you know, if there's a light you, there's a dark you sort of thing, you know? You're inside the walls. Yeah, he's inside the walls listening to you right now. So you go in, you meet another princess. It's not Princess Zelda, it's Zelda's alter, like, you know, her dark alter parallel universe self. Her name is Hilda. Do you guys know that Zelda and Hilda are references to Sabrina the Teenage Witch? Now you know. It's Griselda and Griselda. That's where the names come from, by the way. At least the word Zelda. Zelda is a short form of Griselda. And then Griselda is the other one. So they called her Hilda because of Zelda, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, that's a fun little fact. So Princess Hilda shows up and she's like, yo, some bad shit's happening. You gotta stop it. Some evil guy's turning some maidens into paintings. And so you go with like, oh yeah, that sounds like a pretty good idea. And so you go do it. And then you meet this other guy. His name is Ravio. And he's like, yo, I see you're missing some gear. I can sell you some gear, buddy. I can sell you some gear. So I'm gonna give you some gear, but also you're only gonna rent it from me. It's a rental. You don't own it. You don't own it. It's a rental. So you rent some equipment from this guy, but you can also buy it from him if you have enough money, but it's expensive. So you rent some equipment from this guy. You use his equipment to save the princess, or the maidens. The maidens. They're not princesses, they're maidens. You save the maidens using this guy's equipment, and then you're like, wow, why do you have all this shit? He's like, don't worry about it. And so when you're going to go confront the guy who's been turning the maidens into paintings, whoa, Hilda's there. She was behind it all along. She was the evil one. She was the evil one. But it turns out she's not actually evil. She was just doing this for the good of her country, or good of Low Rule. She's like, why do you guys get to live in the light and Low Rule has to live in fucking shitland? So she was pissed off about that. But then you like knock her back into her senses, like, listen, there's some bigger issues here, right? She's like, yeah, you know what, you were right. And so you and her go stop the evil guy turning people into paintings. His name is Yiga, by the way. Is it Yiga? No, Yuga. His name is Yuga. Yuga has like been turning the maidens into paintings, and you're like, yeah, listen, let's just stop this guy instead. He's got worse things happening, right? Let's do that. Let's not fight each other. Let's worry about being in harmony together, okay? And she's like, yeah, you're right. So you go stop him, and like you're about to be overcome, right? But whoa, remember that guy you've been renting equipment from? That's you. That's you from the other side. That is the alter ego you. So Rabio shows up. He is you, but he's not you. And he helps you defeat Yuga. And then you defeat Yuga, and then the balance is restored to high rule and low rule because they're, you know, two sides of the same coin. Flip flop, flip flop. And so, yeah. Then that happens. Am I missing other games? Hold on a second. I feel like I'm missing some games. Oh, sorry, a link. So that happened actually before the Zelda game, the Zelda NES and Zelda whatever. So yeah, instead of remember when like bad shit's happening? Yeah, so bad shit happens. He comes back from checking out the Triforce. He comes back from checking out the Triforce from the Oracle games, and then bad shit happens because they're like, whoa shit, bad shit's happening. So you come back, right? And then Ganon comes back. My bad. I'm sorry. What other? Hold on. Let me check Zelda Dungeon. Hold on. Zelda Dungeon. Sorry, I'm looking at some stuff. So Echoes of Wisdom has been officially added to the timeline. Officially. And again, don't care about the timeline. Do not bother with the timeline. Just think about the individual games. Oh, okay, so Echoes of Wisdom appears between Link Between Worlds and the NES games. So I haven't bothered, you know, I haven't really played the game. Again, I haven't played Echoes of Wisdom, so I don't actually know the whole story behind it. I've just seen like bits and pieces of it. So yeah, that'll be a little bit more of a thing to explore for me once I get there. You need to change the description. You're just ranting about Zelda. I mean, it's fine. It's my stream. Well, we're gonna do our word puzzles literally like in about 10 minutes here. I mean, this is the tea time part. Listen, this is the tea time. Listen, the tea time. We had tea. It just so happens that tea time was 2 hours, okay? We're gonna do word games now, I swear. Okay, but yeah, Echoes of Wisdom happens between A Link Between Worlds and the NES Zelda games. I actually don't know exactly what happens in that game entirely. I know that darkness is consuming the land of Hyrule again, but I don't know exactly why that is. Yeah. some Dark World shit is happening again. The Dark World seems to be a common thing in that timeline. I think the darkness needs to calm the fuck down. Okay, but then, all right, so the only 2 games that we're missing, right? So after Zelda wakes up from her slumber, right? I guess some shit happens because the land turns into ruin. Calamity happens. Explosions happen. Ganon shows up again as Calamity. His evil spirit shows up as the giant pig and destroys the land of Hyrule. And then Link is put into slumber for 100 years. And this happens after a billion years after Adventure of Link, after Four Swords Adventures, and after Phantom Hourglass, or not Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks. And they all converge back together into the Calamity era games known as Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. And what happens in those games? Ganon's back. He shows up as an evil spirit, basically. The evil spirit of Ganon basically does the evil shit again, starts possessing shit, starts summoning monsters. He takes over the moon, kind of. he takes over the moon. Only on some days, though. Only on sometimes he takes over the moon. And the blood, he turns it into a blood moon. The blood moon summons a bunch of monsters back. Basically, that's a RAM reset for the game, but like, let's not worry about that. And then what happens? Basically, in Breath of the Wild, Link is defeated when Ganon shows up and starts blowing shit up. He's defeated again. Wow, Link gets defeated a lot, actually. And then Zelda's like, yo, this guy's our only hope. We gotta save him. And so Link gets all fucking blown up and put into a stasis for 100 years. And then during that battle, also, not only was Link defeated, but the heroes of Hyrule, the champions of Hyrule, which are a Zora, a Goron, a Rito, and a... who's the other one? A Gerudo, right? The heroes of... the champions of Hyrule are also defeated by Ganon because he took over their super secret weapons, which is not so secret because they weren't developing in secret. They were just like, yo, this is a really big weapon. Let's fucking use it. So then Ganon was like, you want to use it? No, I want to use it. So he takes over the big weapons known as the Guardians? Shit, what are they called? Divine Beasts. They called it the Divine Beasts because they just happen to be like an elephant, a hawk eagle thing, a giant bird, a gecko, and a camel. So he takes over these giant animal-looking machines, right, that they're going to use to fight Ganon. And then he's like, ha ha ha, they're mine now. And he kills all the champions of Hyrule. And then you die, but you don't actually die. So you get sent into stasis for 100 years for you to recover. You wake up 100 years later, and you don't remember anything. So you have to use that entire game to remember everything. But lo and behold, I just told you everything you need to remember, so you don't have to. I remember, so you don't have to. So you save the evils of you save the spirits of your dead friends from the beasts that were taken over. You save them. They help you with their spirit powers, and then you defeat Ganon again, who is just giant evil. Just this giant evil spirit that takes things over. Eventually, he gets his pig body back, and you defeat the pig body, and then he gets banished again. His evil disappears from Hyrule for now. So then, a couple years later, you're rebuilding after Ganon does his fucking shit, right? So the evil spirit of Ganon is so-called gone, right? But the thing is that it was weird because the evil Ganon's evil spirit showed up none other than Hyrule Castle itself. Whoa, that's weird. Why did it show up from Hyrule Castle? Well, it turns out that there's not an evil, but there's a secret cavern hidden underneath Hyrule Castle. And they're like, whoa, that's fucking weird. Let's go check it out, Link. So you and Zelda go check out underneath Hyrule Castle, and it turns out that the mummified remains of Ganondorf, yeah, not Ganon, but the mummified remains of Ganondorf show up, buried deep beneath Hyrule Castle. That is where it came from. So you check out this area where this mummified Ganondorf is. And oops, you woke him up. He was sleeping. Why'd you wake him up? So you wake him up by accident. You fucking lose your arm in the process. Link is now he has a prosthetic arm because prosthetic arms are cool in nowadays. So you use your prosthetic arm to save. What do you do in Tears of the Kingdom again? You find the old champions, but the champions are dead. So you find their ancestors. You find their ancestors. You add their powers to yours, and you're like, whoa, we need to stop him. We need to stop this Ganon guy. Because he does the same thing he does in Tears of the Kingdom, where he uses his power to like do some evil shit and take over a bunch of stuff and like sends out his evil blights. I think they're called blights. No, that's in the other game. But anyways, he sets his evil across the land of Hyrule again. You gotta stop his evils because they're making him more powerful. So you stop them, and then he stops being more powerful. You also save you get the Master Sword back again. Also, the Master Sword also shows up in Breath of the Wild because the Deku Tree was saving it for you. He was like, hey, listen, I was saving this for you. So you get it, and then you go back to the Deku Tree in this game, and he's like, actually, I don't have it for you. I don't know where the fuck it went. So actually, you had it the entire time. So you stick the sword there, and you're like, you gotta get the sword back. You gotta get the sword back. You gotta get the sword back. So you get a fucked up Master Sword, and you gotta recover it by this weird flying dragon that's showing up everywhere. Whoa, the dragon's actually important. You don't know where Zelda is, but that dragon sure knows where she is. So you defeat Ganon again, and his blight disappears from Hyrule once more. And hopefully they don't make another one because, like, as much as I love Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, I'm kind of sick of them. It's too big. Those games are too big. Word puzzles. You ready? So that's the entirety of the Zelda lore spoken over 2 hours. You get it? You understand why you need to play this game now? Do you understand? Oh shit, hold on, it's the wrong one. Okay. Do you understand why Zelda is so cool now? Also, just the puzzles are great. Just move my mic. Sorry. Okay, you guys ready? Gotta make sure everything is set and good to go. Okay. I think we're ready to go. Okay, I think that's good. Okay. Ugh. Time for the Daily Dolce. You guys ready for the Daily Dolce? Hold on a second. Give me 1 second. Bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, there we go. Okay, hold on a second. I need to make sure I have things properly set up here. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. All right. If you guys don't know, there's a Q&A at the top as well. So if you guys want to ask any questions or you guys want to chat about something in particular, I might not be able to answer, but also maybe chat might be able to answer for you guys as well. All right. Daily Dolce. All right. It is time for the Daily Dolce. I'll take another answer in chat, or I'll take a suggestion in chat for this one. The first 5-letter Doki? Doki? Is that even a word? That's not even a word. Okay. The first 5-letter word I see, I'm going to type in. Bum, 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 bum. Oh my god. Bingo. Bingo. Oops. Bang. Bingo. Everyone loves bingo. B-I-N-G-O, 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 and O is what we got now. Woo. Okay. I'm gonna go with maybe lover. I'm a big lover. I'm a lover of that starter, but like it didn't get us very far. L-O. Okay, L in the wrong place, O in the right place. Maybe O-L something? I was gonna like molar. Maybe going to O-L. Holst. That is a character from Fire Emblem. Is that an actual word? It's not a word. I want to say it's a little risky, but my brain is saying Dolly. Like choose Dolly. Dolly. Can't be Dolly, right? I mean, even if it is, we can figure out exactly where the L fits. Oldie? Moldy? No way. Moldy? It's moldy. Gross. What a word. It worked out really well, honestly. Okay, next. Menu. Okay. Ready to start solving? Yes, okay. Guys ready? Okay. Something to walk, a dog. Something to jog, runners. Something to jog. Oh, your mind? Jog your memory. More wicked, Ganondorf. Ganon. Not sure. Picture you always keep on you. Your ID? Picture you always keep on you? So this is like a pun. Question mark ones end in puns usually, or like extended thinkings. A picture you always keep on you. Insects studied by a myrmecologist. Probably an ant. It's the only 3-letter bug I can think of. Nincompoop. A doofus? Nincompoop. A dummy? Ingredients in cookies and cream. Oreos. A Greek standard. A gyro. Zuckerberg. Meta. So it is ant. Okay. Something Williams, a bourbon brown. More alcohol? I don't drink that shit. I drink a coffee. I don't know this one. Piece of baseball equipment. A mitt? Eviler? More wicked. Eviler. A tattoo. Oops. Adult. Adult? Yeah. That was a really quick one. Connections. Okay, next. Just means that you're good. No. We're all good. Okay, let's see. Nick, shave, shower. Birth. Everyone likes a good birth. Tidy. Brush, smart. Key, smartphone? Smartphone? Smartphone. Maybe like a touch phone, a smartphone, a pocket phone, and I don't know. Sorry, my nose is all itchy right now. A brush, tidy. Things that you do to your hair, you can tidy it, you can shave it, you can brush it, you can... My nose, oh my god, my nose. My allergies acting up right now? Touch, pinch, things you can do to a touch screen, maybe? Sharp. Key, sharp, music. Like a small, I'm seeing touch, smart, and like pocket. I'm like thinking of like devices. Nick. To nick, to pinch. To palm. To touch. Something like that. I'm not exactly sure what that is. Neat, tidy. That's all I really have. Neat and tidy. Smart, neat, sharp. Ways to describe Dolce. Nah. No. Beautiful. Okay, key, pocket. Pocket key. Sharp. Dress. Dress pants. Mile. Palm. I'm not seeing a whole lot here. I don't know. If you guys seen like my last one, in fact, I think it's uploaded. No, it's not. It's uploading today. But spoilers, today or yesterday's and the day before's daily Dolce, I absolutely failed connections, and I don't know what the frick happened, but my brain's not working. Let's see. Palm. Like a palm tree? Wait, types of fauna? Palms, brushes? No, nah. Birth. Birthday suit? Birthday sex? Mile. Touch. My brain is like, these are like the iPod Touch. Touch, Smart, and Pocket. Like, that's like, these are ideal device things, you know? Shower. To shower, to brush, to shave, and to... These are things that you do in the morning to get ready. You birth, right? You birth every morning? Maybe tidy. You shave, you brush, you shower. Like brush your teeth, right? You shave your face, brush your teeth, you shower your hair, body. You tidy your everything? I don't know. Smart dress key. Smart dress key pocket. Sharp birth. Neat. Oh, neat? No. Neat. Neat. Sharp pocket. Palm. That has to do with a hand, right? Mile. A mile. A distance, right? A mile. Shave. To key. Oops, sorry. Key. Shower. Okay. Smart. Sharp. You're smart, you are sharp, you are... Oh my god. Neat, tidy, sharp, smart. Words for dapper. Tidy, neat. Yeah, that might be one. Birth. How does birth fit into all of this? Birth. Wait, a mile? I'm stealing from chat. Milestone, keystone, birthstone, smartstone, brushstone, shavestone, tidystone, dressstone, sharpstone, palmstone? I don't know. That's only 3. Touchstone. We might have to give up a pocket stone, like a stones you find in your pocket. Shave. I'm gonna shuffle these around a bit, see if we can find something different. To nick, to pinch. I've seen this one before. Nick, pinch, pocket. We've had this one before. To nick, to pinch, to pocket, and to palm, to steal, right? Yeah. Okay. We've had that. This one has showed up before. Okay, so let's organize these a bit better. Oh, that was a good one. Okay, that's fine. Neat, tidy, smart, and sharp, right? Keystone, birthstone, milestone, touchstone. Which means shave, shower. Shave, shower. What was it? Shave, shower, brush, and dress. Things you do in the morning. You dress yourself. That's right. Things you do in the morning. Okay. So we have things you do in the morning. We have stealing. We have ways to describe a nice person. Oops, not mile. And then we have stones. Birthstone, keystone. What was it? Milestone and what's the last stone? What was the last stone? Touchstone? Touchstone. Is that a thing? Yeah, there you go. Next thing would probably be things you do in the morning. Maybe. Because I think the steel is a green. Or is it? No. I think it is a green. So I think things that you do in the morning is going to be blue. Fucking hate myself. I hate myself. What? What? Wait, what do you mean? Dapper. What do you mean? What a very accurate reverse rainbow. Last time steel was like, was it yellow? I mean, we got it all without making a mistake, but we also got purple first, but like, man, pisses me off. Okay, this is a word salad now. Things with faces, coins, clubs. Does a club have a face? No. A face. What has a face? A coin has a face. An ice? An ice has a face. F here. A lift? If. A cliff. A cliff. Let's see. A clock. A. Or. Nor. Scene. A scene. Pour. Scoob. Cube. A cube has, oh, a cube. And, what is this one? What? Wait, what is this? A person! It's a person! Of course people have faces. Of course people have faces. Oh boy. Ew, people, right? Right? Okay. We are going to, I know it was a short one. We're gonna hop on back though. Back to the cafe. OBS. Okay, you guys ready? We're gonna mosey on back. Okay. Welcome back. Did you guys have a good time? More Zelda? No, we're done with Zelda. We are done with Zelda. I know you guys love Zelda, right? You guys love Zelda more than I do even. You guys love it. You guys love hearing about Zelda, but also, we talked about Zelda for like 2 hours. If you want more Zelda, listen. If you want more Zelda, every Saturday at like 8 p.m. Eastern. The time is probably gonna change because of my scheduling, but that's what it is looking like right now. Let's check out some questions. Do you guys have any questions that you asked? Somebody just says, "Hey, Akira." Eminence just says, "Hey, Akira, hi." Yeah, I'll try to. If you guys don't know my schedule, you guys can find it on my Twitter. You can find it on my Blue Sky. You can find it even on YouTube. I was posted on YouTube as well, so you guys can find it there. Where else? I mean, my Discord. Yeah, those are the 4 places that you can find my schedule. I'll try to keep to it, but like also, like life gets in the way. Life is getting in the way right now. There's a lot of stuff that's happening, and I'm not able to do the things that I need to, or that I want to. I guess I have to do the things that I need to, but there's things that I can't do because I want to do it. But yeah. Favorite game out of the Daily Dolce is probably Connections. Connections is like the most satisfying to figure out, but it's also the hardest. Daily Dolce Connections. Because we try to do hard mode, purple first, reverse rainbow, it's extremely satisfying when you get it like that, but like also it's so hard. You need a lot of concentration, you need a lot of memory, you need a lot of just general knowledge as well. Yeah, you guys can see on the top of this, on the top of the chat, right? The top of the chat says Q&A. I thought we were doing extra. Oh yeah, that's right. We do extra ones as well, just for you guys. we're gonna go back, okay? We can continue chatting while we do these other ones. Oops. This is just a Wordle. Oops. Strands. This is the one that you guys like. I like word salad better. But yeah, center of attraction, gravity. Yeah, you just go ahead and like you guys can ask any questions up at the top there. Capture. Like this one's fun, right? But like, it's a little harder. Oh, I'd say it's like a little harder, but like it's just different from word salad. Center of attraction. A center of attraction? A carnival? Also, like a bunch of the letters are used only once, and that's the one thing I don't really also like is like, yeah. S? An essence. I'm the center of attraction? No. No. I'm a stinky fellow. I've showered once today instead of 3. Oracle. A memory? No. An album? No. Fun. Finesse. A horse? Oh my god. Have you guys been playing Uma Musume? I've been playing Uma Musume recently. And I don't know what it is about that game, but it's fucking hooked me. It's hooked me. Oops. Mess. A center of attraction. Tron. You can use a hint. I don't know. What are you guys attracted to? I'm attracted to anime horses. I'm not actually. I do think the game is really, really fun though. My hair's been bothering us. What is on me right now? My hair is on me. The center of attraction. I can think of gravity too, but there's no G in here. There's like no G at all. Center of attraction. Raspberry. A center of attraction. A captain. The fact that I got captain is something. Mesmerize. Mez? No. Center of attraction. Musume. Carousel. A carousel? Is that one of them? Carousel. Oh, carousel, yeah. Maybe attractions in a amusement park? Is amusement in here? Amusement park. There we go. A slide. A house. What kind of house? A fun house? A train? A scrambler. Once we found it, it was super, super easy. What was the one we do? Oh, Letterboxd. You guys hate Letterboxd, but I also like it. A scrambler? Oh, the scrambler. So the scrambler is like a, it's like a 3, so I don't really know how to explain. So like there's a center pull, right? And out of that center pull, there's 3 different prongs that come out of it. And then on those ends of those 3 prongs, there's 3 seats. Let's see. Amusement park. Scrambler. Yeah, these things. This is actually one of my favorite rides at the carnivals, at the fairs. Yeah, I love these ones. Okay, letterboxed. Q. There's a Q in this. Restart. It's like quaint. I was gonna do quaint, but there's no T. Quaim. You made it sound more torturous. What do you mean I made it sound more torturous? It's exactly it. There's a central pole, right? And out of those central poles, there's 3 prongs that stick out of it. And at the end of the 3 prongs, there are 3 seats that are attached to it. The sombrero mix-up. There's like the 1001 knots. That's one of my favorite rides too. I used to like the UFO ride, but then it just got... I don't know. It's not as exciting. It was more exciting as a kid because like it was like, whoa, gravity, but like now it's like not as exciting. Loser. A fern? A fern? I was gonna do furnace, but furnace isn't going to be one of them. Wait, what is that crown thing? Wait, what? Wait. Crown? Wait. Huh? Wait, what is that crown thing? I made it sound like a medieval torture device? No, I didn't. All I can see is milk. Milk. In chat, I see crowds in chat for some reason. Yeah, I sound so insane right now. Wait, do I have a crown? No, only some chat messages are showing up with crowns, and I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know. Next to your user tags, what? I don't see. Wait, I don't see that. That's weird. YouTube is weird. I don't know. Did I do something? Yeah, I didn't do any of that. That just showed up. Main. Top fan. Oh shit. Top fans. That's crazy. Oh yeah, now you have a crown. That's crazy. Most messages or something? Oh, whatever. It doesn't matter. You're all my favorite fans. You're all my top fans. The fact that you're here in the first place is like a reason why. Fume? 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 Fum? Maybe arc. Maybe it ends in RK. Arc. A narc. QU. A quark. 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 Hmm. Hmm. Quark into what? Quark into... Maybe K is a bad word, bad letter to start with. I'm trying to get Q out of the way immediately, though. Quo? Cool. Quai? Quiet? There's no T. Quail. Did see quail before. Low, maybe L-O? Lorne? Maybe I do want to start with quail, but I don't know where to start with the L. You can use multiple letters, yeah. You can use like, so if you go for quail, we can go loom, aquarium. That's a good one. But how would we follow that up? Men? I was thinking men. Flonk? Flonk? Maybe. Menfolk. Okay, let's try that. Aquarium. And then menfolk. Oops. Menfolk. Is that real? We got in 2 again. Good job, guys. Aquarium and menfolk. You guys are geniuses. I'm really bad at this one. Is there any other ones? Tiles. I don't like tiles. Tiles makes my brain hurt. Like, it makes my eyes hurt, I mean. Spelling bee. There is spelling bee. Hey guys, I'll be right back. Sorry. I'll be right back. I gotta go use the little barista's room. Go figure out some words, okay? Womp 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 womp. Womp 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 womp. Okay, do you guys come up with anything while I was gone? No. Yeah, I'm really bad at reading. I'm just like random. I just know some random words. A bogey. Bogey on your tail. I mean, there's boy. Too short. What about manga? I can't really. So here's the thing is, like, I can read, right? I can read, but like the way my brain works is that like it's hard for me to retain information in short, like as only reading. I have to go back and reread stuff a lot. My brain sucks that way. Money. It has to have a B in there. We can do bomb. Bomby. Gobby? Nobby? No? Boom. Boom? Is Benny one? Benny's not one. A goob? Gooby? Bag. It has to be at least four letters. Money. Money. My therapist says I have 80 HDs. I don't know what HD is, but I got 80 of them. Noob? Maybe noob does work. Noob? Is it newbie then? Does newbie count? Nope. A boon? Oops. Gomenne? Is gomen even one? No. Boggy. Boggy? Ooh. Okay, let's see. What else do we have here? Is beggy one? Like begging? Mobby. My bonengo. Eggnog. There's no B in that one though. Bone. Bone. Is Bomby one? Bay? Boy? Boy. Boy. Maybe it ends in boy? Boy. A men boy. Obey? That's a good one. Boogeyman. Boogeyman? Boogeymen? A boogie. Boogeymen. I don't know. Don't worry about what I'm typing, by the way. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about why am I typing. Bags. Begs? There's no S. Okay, sorry. Okay. Let's see. Moob. Moby, like Moby? Moby Dick? Oh, bony, maybe bony? What? Bony isn't a word? Bony isn't a word? Newbie. Moobie. Wanna watch some moobies? Oops. How could we not get booby, guys? How did you not get booby? Does boob count? Good. Is egg boy? Is egg boy a thing? Who could forget Dear Egg Boy? Boom ba bam ba boom ba bam ba boom ba bam ba boom bam boom ba bam ba boom ba bam ba boom ba bam ba ah ooh ah. Listen, I can't think of any. I think like this might be a good place to stop though. This might be a good place to stop. I'll leave this up for a second. As I find somebody to raid. I think I know who I want to raid because I just got gifted. I just got gifted a sub. It is 12 o'clock. I actually need to be somewhere today, so that kind of sucks. Right? It sucks, but you know we have to do the things that we need to do in life, and it's okay. I'll be back on Thursday. I'll try to do Saturday and Sunday streams. So on Thursday I might have a hand cam stream prepared, maybe. It depends on what I want to do. But on Thursday I was thinking about doing Legos, like building Legos. I have a Lego set, so we might do that. And then on Saturday we do Link's Awakening for the Game Boy, not GBA, but the Game Boy. We're doing the Game Boy version of Link's Awakening, and then we're gonna do Mario Kart World for. So if anybody has a Switch 2, you're free to join me in Mario Kart World, but I'm probably gonna start with some free roam first, and then we'll just move on into multiplayer stuff. I've actually not played multiplayer yet, so it'll be a new experience for me. But I think someone I'm following is streaming right now. Or maybe I just got... Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna raid into somebody. Actually, I just figure I followed literally like a week ago, like less than a week ago. They are a retro streamer. They've actually been playing Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, which is why I started watching them. They're like, hey, wait, a retro streamer playing Ocarina of Time. Let's go watch them. And they're fun. They're chatty. I think they're from the UK. So, yeah, we'll do that as we will. Give me a second here. Ooh, how do I do this again? I have to go live. My stream. Check out my stream. Hand Legos. Yeah, we're gonna do some hand stream Legos. It's always weird. There we go, the redirect. It's so weird how to do this. Okay. All right, more Zelda. YouTube is confused. It just takes a while to get used to, honestly, but I got it going now. All right, so that's the plan. That's happening this week. Hopefully I can commit to it. Thursday might be a bit of a, you know, Thursday will likely happen because it's in the morning and I don't have anything, usually not a whole lot of things that happen to me in the morning, but Saturday and Sundays have been weird for me. They've been really, really weird. So I can't absolutely guarantee that I'll do it, but if something comes in the way again, I'm probably gonna move my weekend streams to some other time or date. But other than that, yeah. And I think we're good today. If you guys haven't already, I have a Twitter, I have a Blue Sky, I have a Discord, I have a a YouTube, which you guys are probably watching. I've got some other projects planned too. I'm also an editor. I also have to do some music stuff as well. So I'm super like busy on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays is what I give myself. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays is my editing days. So yeah. All right, we're gonna go right into Shy Fruits though. They are just doing a chatting stream. I liked them, they're cool. So yeah, just enjoy. And I don't know what time it is for you guys, I just hope you have a good time. I have a YouTube, yeah, it's crazy. All right, I'll see you guys later. By the way, this screen is a leftover from Twitch. That's why it looks so weird. The chat doesn't exist in this one. You too could have your art show up here. Mpreg mentioned.